everybody. Good morning, everybody. Today is November 4th. This is the Downtown Estacada Monthly Commission meeting. I'd like to call the meeting to order. It is currently 9:01 a.m. Do we have anybody online?
We do not.
Okay. And we do have a quorum, so we're good to go. Julie Colton is on her way. She was running a little late, so she texted me and she's on her way. Do we have any public comments?
Nope.
Nope. Did everybody in attendance have the opportunity to review the October minutes?
Yep.
Can I have a motion, please?
I make a motion to accept the October 7th minutes as written.
Do I have a second? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
John, could you pull your mic towards you? There you go.
Don't be shy, John.
Okay, just want to make a comment about attendance reminders. Everybody that volunteered, that filled out the volunteer application for this committee, there was a question at the end of the application that indicated that you could make the commitment of attending these meetings, whether it would be virtual or virtual online or in person. We only have this 1 hour, 1.5 hour a month to get together as a committee. We do a lot of work outside. It is important that you are checking your emails, you're checking your text messages. Please look inside yourselves, and if you cannot make that commitment, please do the right thing and allow somebody else to serve on this committee.
Thank you.
Any comments? Okay.
And I will let you know, there is a section of the code that talks about removal if you do not attend or if you miss 2 meetings consecutively without an excuse, you can be removed from the board. So just make sure if you can't attend to let me know when I send out the email, or let Sherry know. So we make sure we have a quorum and that you're hitting those meetings.
Yeah, and the city is actually really starting to crack down on that on all committees. And there was just a meeting amongst the council on it. So they're keeping up on this, and they're gonna keep track of it.
So
Awesome.
don't mean to beat a dead horse, but if your agenda items, there's a lot of stuff that might pertain to you particularly. And if you're not here at that meeting and they need to go over that agenda item really can't be talked about. So I mean,
Agreed.
it's important. It's really important.
Agreed. All right. Content for November. And I just want to say thank you very much for doing everything that you do from a social media
It's good.
aspect. It's awesome. I was in Michigan this weekend watching the Ducks beat the
Yeah, I see.
Wolverines in the big house. That was pretty awesome. 110,000 people. But I got on Facebook and I saw your post. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Evelyn, for posting them.
Thank you for creating
a
all of
team.
it.
It's a triangle. That's fun. So that's me. Where are we at? Content. There's not much. I'll send the stuff for the Christmas tree lighting to the city so they can add it to your newsletter and then ours. It's really just amping up the Christmas tree lighting and what we're gonna do. Really, and continued volunteers, needing for volunteers and
And then, of
That's about it.
course, we'll always, as we got like the Veterans Breakfast, thank you for
Mhm.
posting that.
Mhm.
Anything that comes in from outside community activities, please let us know and we will be happy to post it on our page.
yeah, within the obviously guidelines
The guidelines.
that we can. Yeah, does anybody have anything in mind? Anything other that's coming up, Connie? Nope. Tree lighting? All right.
Just a heads up, Julie Cooper's online.
Oh,
Nice.
perfect.
Hello,
Welcome,
Julie.
Julie.
Which one?
Cooper.
Oh, Cooper. Okay.
And
Hi,
it
Julie.
looks like
Good morning.
Heather's online as well.
Morning, Heather.
Nice. And Heather or no? Heather?
She's rejoining.
Oh, nice.
Oh, okay.
Awesome. Hello, Heather.
Hello, sorry. I got a sick kiddo at home today.
Ugh,
Uh-oh,
Tis the season.
Ugh,
Sorry.
that's all right.
all good.
Okay, so do we want to circle back on the Christmas tree lighting once Julie Colton gets here, or?
Well, I can briefly tell you that we did get the approval from, Harvest Market from
That's right.
O'Neill.
Oh, good.
Good.
There we go. It's all coming together. Happy Monday.
Good timing, we're just talking about Christmas tree lighting.
And then we have Noble Consulting here to kind of talk about the logo and coordinating efforts on advertising the Capitol.
Awesome.
You got my email.
Yes.
Hope that made sense.
Thank you.
Have we gotten anywhere with the tree though?
Okay, Ben was waiting until we got the approval from Harvest Market.
Okay,
And then Ben, I talked to him at the Creepy Crawl. He's gonna connect with Julie, Ben, Youngbird, Randall, he said he would do it, and I know he will.
yeah, okay,
Big ol' one.
We were just waiting for that approval, because that's a big approval.
yeah.
So,
All right, well, welcome.
Thank you.
What do you have
Mackenzie
for
and
us?
Sven.
Yeah, so we are Noble Consulting. I'm Mackenzie Pulliam.
Stan Pulliam.
And we're actually super excited. We're big holiday fans, and we actually kind of started talking about holiday planning. I think it was like last year. We met with Connie and Hannah and kind of started throwing around some ideas, and got really excited just about the fact that there are so many Christmas tree farms around Estacada. We did a lot of research and found that not only is Oregon the top producer of Christmas trees in the United States, but it's also Clackamas County is also the top producer in Oregon. So knowing how many tree farms are around here, really our goal is to bring people to Estacada in the off season. And so we thought, what better way to get people out here than to encourage them to come out and get their Christmas tree from one of the various tree farms, and then make a day of it, get them to shop and dine at all the wonderful stores and restaurants here in Estacada. So that's kind of what we are planning. The campaign that we've kind of put together, and we really threw around a lot of different ideas and wanted something that could grow over the years. We also wanted something that really went to that idea of like, hey, this is where all the Christmas trees are, but wasn't so specific that in the event that that Clackamas County all of a sudden was no longer the place where all the Christmas trees are grown, that we would have to change that brand. So we kind of came up with the idea of Christmas Tree USA. It was actually part of the proposal that we put together when we did the RFP this summer for the city. So it's something that we're really excited about. And really it's just positioning Estacada as this like awesome holiday destination. And the campaign that we're putting together really centers around the idea that Estacada is such a hub for the Christmas spirit that this is where Santa comes to get his tree. This is where he comes to shop. This is where he comes, to dine. We actually did this awesome photo shoot yesterday with Hannah with a very Pacific Northwest looking Santa and Mrs. Claus. I think it's going to be really great. And it's a lot of assets that we produced that we're able to give to the businesses that we went out to and shot at, which is really exciting to be able to support them. And also something that we think we can use long-term year over year and continue this. So kind of what our plan is our biggest push really is using digital and social advertising to just get the word out to people in Clackamas County and East Multnomah County about like, this is the premier place to come get your Christmas tree. The idea is that we'll be doing digital and social advertising that includes static ads as well as some videos to promote just that idea that like, this place is so cool. This is where Santa wants to come. And we'll be doing that, like you said, digital and social. And we'll also have a landing page on the city website that has an embedded Google map of all the Christmas tree farms in the area. So we'll make sure we're promoting them. We're also going to use the map that the city of Estacada you guys and the chamber have kind of all put together, that shows just all the businesses downtown. So we'll be doing that through digital and social. At the tree farms, we're in talks with as many of the tree farms as we can get in the area to hand out like a flyer that again has that same map on it and kind of has some content on it that embodies that same idea of like, hey, you got your perfect tree. Why don't you go to Estacada, get some food, go shopping?
Can we get with, have some communication with chamber and local businesses, maybe do like on that flyer, do a 10% off for 10% off for shopping local. I'm sure the local restaurants would love it. And I'm not sure about the local businesses, but, I know the local restaurants would be on top of that. They would jump all over that. Come out here, buy your tree, you buy a tree, you get this 10% off for shopping local. So,
One
Yeah.
of the, one of the things, I don't know where it stands now, but the Forest Service used to sell Christmas tree permits for $5 with the fires and then not having a place here. I don't know if they still do that, but if we could hook in with the Forest Service also. I don't know if Ace Hardware sells them, but I can check into that and see where that stands.
do you think the local businesses though would go for that? Like a 10% off?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I think that's a great idea. We'd be more than happy. And a lot of the Christmas tree farms that we've talked to are very receptive to like, this kind of cross promotion. I think they're really excited that they're going to get some promotion and they're more than happy to, again, promote Estacada businesses and everything that's going on here. So I think whatever we can put together. So I'm happy to reach out to the chamber and kind of check with them on that and see what we can get going. And then Connie, if you find out that those permits are sold somewhere, we can certainly give them some of the flyers as well. So they can, again, hand that out, kind of have that synergy. We're also going to do a couple, almost like kind of look like yard signs at some of these farms, just with like the logo on it, just kind of reminding people as they're driving out, hey, don't forget, eat, shop, dine in Estacada. And so that will kind of help with that promotion. And then we're going to provide just some little stuff to just some of the businesses in town, like stickers, some like window clings, just to kind of continue with that brand. So people continue kind of like making that connection. And our hope is that with things like the stickers, people go home and they tell their friends, they post on social media, hey, we went and had this awesome experience in Estacada. You guys should go visit too. Something else we want to do, you guys are talking about your tree lighting. We want to make sure to promote the holiday events that are going on here in Estacada, because that's just another reason to get people here. It kind of continues that idea of like, this is the holiday destination. So we want to make sure that we're helping kind of promote your tree lighting. I know there's also a Christmas light parade. And I don't think that's you guys. I think someone else puts that on. But that's something else that we want to promote just because it's another good reason.
It's not
to
a
get people out
chamber
here.
event, but one of the people in the chamber does that and I can touch base with her.
Okay, yeah, that'd be perfect. Just like I said, we just love to kind of spread the word because it's just another fun
So,
reason to get people
for-
out here.
You go and get your tree, you go and have dinner and shop afterwards, and then you stay around for the parade or for the tree lighting or whatever it might be, right?
So this is really the first year that this committee has tackled the Christmas tree lighting. Next year is Estacada's 120th year anniversary.
Oh.
So we're gearing up, council's gearing up, and all the other committees are gearing up for, to do at least host one event that, celebrates 120 years of Estacada. So that would be something for, not for this year, but for next year to, hard promote for the Christmas tree lighting. Because once they, knowing these people, the first year they do something, it's amazing. The second year that they do it, oh my God, it is so much better. Just working with this committee, that is what they do. So, we're gonna hit this Christmas tree lighting ceremony this year, and it's gonna be great. It's gonna be awesome. But I just can't wait to see what they do in the second year.
Right.
So if we could, really hit hard and promote that 120 years of Christmas trees, and that's pretty.
Yeah, and when you guys start talking about that and planning, we're happy to come and just kind of listen in to make sure that what we're doing aligns with what you guys are doing and that we're promoting kind of what you guys have planned. So just like I said, let us know and we're more than happy to do that. And if you guys have other holiday events that are going on, whether it's you guys doing them or other things that you guys just happen to know or are happening, you know, the chamber, other groups are putting them on, please let us know, because like I said, we love to help just promote everything holiday related that's kind of going on here in Estacada.
So like even like holiday bazaars in the area, things like that?
Oh, yeah.
I think things that are, like I said, we want to make sure people are in Estacada. So
Yeah.
we don't want to go too far outside of kind of city
Okay.
limits. But I think, yeah, if there's a bazaar or something like that going on, anything that's going to bring people to town and then encourage them to, you know, shop and dine, I think those kind of things are great. And I think a lot of people are looking for those kind of things.
So I don't know if you have a place where you get signs and stickers and all that, but we do have a couple of chamber members that do signs. So I'd like to encourage you to look into buying local.
Yeah, 100%. Yep.
Awesome.
So let's talk about what we're gonna move forward, because we started with a logo, right?
Mhm.
For Christmas Tree Capital of the PNW.
Correct.
And we're not gonna do both, right?
Yeah, so
We're not like.
the
are we-
120, no, so in regards, I had an opportunity to talk to Jerry last month, and somebody else is gonna fight that fight. We are just going to be responsible for whatever events that they decide to put on to help promote it within the guidelines. So we don't have to worry about that. I think we should move forward. I think we had some really good logo options last month. So let's just move forward in what happened with the tallies and everything. Okay. Oh,
So that's why I think we gotta have a discussion right now. I don't think we need both.
okay. So we
So
just,
right now, what are people's thoughts with going with Christmas Tree USA
Do you have the logo?
versus?
I did not bring a printed copy and I apologize, but I'm happy to send it to you guys
I
afterwards.
I didn't take a picture yesterday.
I was gonna say, I don't have a
Do you have it
picture.
digitally?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you.
And-
It'd be
Yeah,
nice to see it.
yeah, definitely. And kind of our thoughts on that is, you know, obviously we always like synergy with what you guys are doing and what we're doing.
Mhm.
And I know that you guys, we were both running down the same road towards the same goal and had,
Yeah.
you know, different ideas. And so I think the thing for us is at the end of the day, you know, I don't think it's the end of the world to have two different logos. I mean, if you guys want to take what we've done and use it, awesome. We love that. But at the same time, they're both kind of a very similar concept. So
Mhm.
we don't necessarily feel like you guys need to take all this work you've done and like scrap it and take what we're doing. So I just want to throw that out there that I think both of these can kind of coexist together. Obviously, if you guys want to make that change, totally fine. But we don't want you guys to feel like the work that you've done is in vain and that you have to do what we've
Mhm.
done. So yeah.
With that, is Christmas Tree USA, would that theme change from year to year or would that stay the same?
The idea is that it would stay the same and kind of
Okay.
build on the brand equity year over year.
Okay.
Same logo. I think there could be something fun and interesting to do to incorporate like the 125-year logo
Mhm.
maybe next year, like something in it that
Mhm.
says that
Right.
for that year. But I think the idea is keeping it consistent so that every year people kind of remember that like this is
Wait.
Christmas Tree USA.
It
Gotcha.
becomes a family tradition. right?
Yeah.
That people every
Mhm.
year come to Estacada and they experience the community.
Okay, great.
I just,
how did we, or
Let's
how
see.
did you derive Christmas Tree USA? And what are there any ramifications, whereas ours is a little bit more local
Mhm.
and specific to the Pacific Northwest?
Yeah. Yeah, so we really came to it from a point of we had a couple conversations. Like I said, we had talked with kind of Connie and Hannah like very early on talking about this. We also had a discussion with Melanie and Elena. And one of the things that we wanted to be careful about was not picking something that was so, we didn't want somebody to come back and be like, actually, you're not the Christmas tree
Right.
capital of the United States. You know, if things
Right.
change and there's drought or fire or something, we don't have that many Christmas trees. So that was kind of one of the things where we wanted something that was a little bit more ambiguous, but still really made it like this holiday destination, really spoke to that Christmas tree idea. So it's the first option.
To the left is kind of where
Yep.
it's settled.
And it has that kind of saw in the background, which kind of
I
goes
like
to like
that.
the logging
Timber
community of
tone.
Estacada. We also used the green color that is in the Estacada logo, the kind of like that olive green. So we wanted to have something that tied back from a brand perspective to City of Estacada. Thank you so much. Probably this, yeah, if you want to pass that one around that way, if you can see it. Thank you so much. So that's kind of where that came from. We did a lot of research early on just to find out, okay, we think that Estacada is kind of the Christmas tree capital of the United States, but let's look at the statistics. Like I said, we did find Oregon in 2023 and I believe in 2024. I haven't seen the new data yet. Does grow and export the most Christmas trees of any state. Clackamas County, there are 5 states that are the major producers. Clackamas County is the highest in growth and exports and sales. So we can't necessarily, the data doesn't necessarily get down to like, okay, within Estacada, there are the most trees. So that's why we felt like, okay, we can really say that this is the place where all the trees are. But that's why Christmas Tree USA was something that like, it wasn't so specific that it was like, we hold this title, but it was something that was really kind of made it that holiday destination.
Well, and I think it originally came off of, I think there was an article years ago, right? Where there was a little
Right.
spat about who was the
Yeah.
Christmas tree capital. Well, the first thing I'd say is there's nothing better than a little bit of a spat, right? Because you got a headline. I read it and it got
Yeah.
in the news and it made
That's
people
the
go,
deal.
oh, shoot, maybe Estacada, there's a lot of Christmas trees and that's where we should go. That's what got us thinking about
Yeah.
this, right? And so, you know, and then we had these conversations and Mackenzie's gone through that, but you know, people have been and communities have been using the Christmas holiday to find ways to monetize our local community
For sure.
during the winter months, you know, for generations. And
Yeah.
I think that the community of Estacada just has that much more of a unique opportunity because of this Christmas tree thing that's going on to really put, you know, yourselves on the map. And maybe we're not quite comfortable putting the flag in the ground as the capital. But shoot, you know, I think the statistics that Mackenzie just gave is enough of a solid foundation to name, you know, Christmas Tree USA. And some of the thoughts, you know, that we're exploring is working with, you know, the representative Christine Drazen and Senator Bonham and doing some sort of proclamation. And at the state level, you can do that locally, but
Yeah. That's what
really
you're thinking too.
building some buzz around, you know.
So could we change this establish 2024 to establish 1905?
Certainly.
Because that's when,
Yep.
obviously, you know, like I was saying earlier, that's when Estacada was established.
So can we go ahead and each have a little
Vote
what you think?
this whole situation.
So we'll start with you, Jerry. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I like the logo, but of course I really like, you know, your guys' logo also. I don't know, just, Christmas tree capital of the Pacific Northwest, that kind of says that's who we are. You know, Christmas Tree USA is a little bit more vague.
Okay.
It's
All right.
I think the Christmas tree capital of the Pacific Northwest is a definite statement. And like Stan said, you know, might invite somebody else to join that argument and draw more attention to Estacada, you know, if you know, somebody else, Silverton or somewhere else where they might have trees. I don't know if Silverton actually have trees, but you know, just throwing it out there, you know,
Right.
if they think that they are, you know, it might draw some attention. So,
Okay.
but I mean, either way we go, if we can, you know, combine the two, however, you know, there are a lot of aspects that are very, very similar. But
Okay. Corbin, what's your thoughts?
I don't know. One of the things that I started to think about is like Christmas Tree USA is good because it brings maybe a broader audience, but really the only people that we would have coming to us are people from Oregon. I mean, maybe we'd have people from Washington or California, but I think it's a bit of a
Mhm.
stretch. And I
Yeah.
think to Oregonians saying like, we're the Christmas tree capital of Oregon is going to be something that's more prideful than Christmas tree of the US. But I don't know.
Good thought. John?
I really like our original Estacada Oregon one, because it kind of puts Estacada up front, and that's what we're, talking about there.
Okay.
The other one's good. If we went with the other one, I would change the cursive Christmas tree to something that's, when it's smaller, that's gonna be hard to read. As a little label compared to, so I'd put that in.
Something a little bit more bolder.
Yeah.
It's a little bit easier to read.
But I would lean towards ours, and like Jerry, and they said maybe combine something of the two if needed, but I like the Estacada Oregon one.
Okay. Hannah?
Well, this is tough because I don't want to make it a whose is better, because I think Christmas Tree USA is established, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There's things that have been printed and
Well,
yeah,
so-
we're not going over the fonts right now.
Right,
Right.
right. So we, and we did include it in the photo shoot yesterday. In the event that we really, everyone felt strong, we obviously could go ahead and not include those or try to Photoshop something, but this is something that we've kind of gone into like design with, flyers and signs and things like that. So we're not saying that we're not willing to like make small changes and things. But this is something that we do feel really passionate about as creating, like I said, kind of that destination feel.
Yeah, and I'll just say there's nobody to blame, but I think there were, we should have done this maybe in the summer, and it is what it is, and
Right.
that's okay. And here we are, and we're moving forward.
Right.
So I just want to let that be known, and
Okay.
it's all, it's all good. So I'm glad you guys are here today. My input is definitely, I would like one logo. I think two is too much. I don't think we need two logos to do anything. The other concern, or not concern, question is our lighting. And I did do some updates to our logo to the right, including the lighting festival, first Friday of December. But I paused on it, as I told Evelyn, just because we had Mackenzie and Stan coming today.
You were gonna put a
Okay.
star on top?
I put a star on the top and added more. It's just, there's a lot of writing. But I'm wondering, Christmas Tree USA is cool. I love it. And you can put that logo anywhere. You can put it on our flyer for the Christmas tree lighting. We can add writing under it.
Sure.
Those are, yeah,
Okay. All right,
That's my
Connie,
thought.
what's your
Well,
thoughts?
I like the one on the right, but I could definitely go with the one, I like the saw. I like that it says Estacada, and if we've already got some stuff with that on it, maybe for this year we go with that. But I really like ours on the right.
Julie?
Oh, okay, so I understand having only one logo. I completely, because I love both of them. We're talking that we already have print of the Christmas Tree USA already out and circulating, et cetera.
Yeah.
So if we were printing any t-shirts or anything, could we print the one that says Estacada, Oregon, Christmas Tree, Capital of the Pacific Northwest? Is that an option that anybody would be comfortable with? I mean, just throwing it out there that, and then next year incorporate that logo into something. Ours is definitely more specific if it says the first Friday of,
Right, for the lighting.
yeah.
Mhm.
And the only reason I ask about any kind of merchandising stuff is because Oktoberfest, we had people that wanted to buy the t-shirts and
Mhm.
things. So just throwing it out there of a possibility or not. A Christmas Tree USA would be adorable on a shirt or merchandise too, though. So
Yeah.
Well, maybe what we could do is do a pocket logo with Christmas Tree USA on the front. And then a big logo with ours on the back,
yeah, I thought about that, something like that too, something.
or vice versa.
Yeah.
Okay. Heather, online,
Heather and Julie.
thoughts?
Can't see both of them. I can see reasons why both would work. And I like both ideas. I do think that we should stick to I think that we should stick to one logo.
Okay. All right. Julie Cooper, thoughts?
I definitely think we should stick with one logo and okay, I was lost a little bit. I like, I like, I like, mm,
Yeah.
um,
This,
And
this,
what's
this
on
is our,
page
this is
2?
our very
Oh.
artistic member of the committee.
um, mm, I don't know. I'll be honest, I'm not really wild about them. If and I can't see, and I'm sorry, maybe I just can't, what was the first logo? I'm not able to.
The one with
Oh,
the
there we go.
saw blade in the back.
Yes. Um, I do like the one on the right better. Yeah.
Well, I think most everybody thinks we need to go with one logo. I will say this, I'm a little bummed because we have been putting a lot of time and effort into this. It would have been nice to have known that this was underway. And we wouldn't have put so much thought and time into creating ours. So, I'm bummed for the committee for the resources and the time that we put in to this, but it sounds as if the one on the left, the Christmas Tree USA, is already in effect. I don't know, maybe what we do is we just use our logo for tree, for merchandising, for T-shirts.
So here's a suggestion. So we know that the Christmas Tree USA is already an established, it's already in print. We know that. So that's this year. There's nothing to say that we can't work with them next year. Use this year. We can't work with them next year to, combine the logos, come up with something, that is still this logo, but has our spin on it. I really do like the saw every time I look at it, I like it more and more. But there's nothing to say that, we don't go with this logo this year and then moving forward, work together, collaborate, combine, get a logo figured out that everybody likes. They're going to love it. We're going to love it. The community's going to love it. So that's my suggestion moving forward, but it's your guys' decision.
No,
So.
no, I get it. I'm just saying I'm bummed for this committee. We have put a lot of thought into this over the course of the last 4 and 5 months.
All right.
And, you just talked about how we're doing the tree lighting, and the whole part of that was this and Julie's vision for that. And it just, to be perfectly honest with you, I just feel like our hands were kind of tied and we have to go with this because it's already established. I would ask in the future if something like this is going to go on and you're asking us to come up with something that we know ahead of time, we have all of the information so that we're not putting forth all of that. It's just like what we talked at the beginning. We are only here for an hour and a half, once a month. And our time is critical. I just kind of, I'm really passionate about this right now. I'm a little hot under
It's
the
all
collar.
good.
So I just feel like it was time that was a little bit of wasted time spent that we could have done, that
So-
we could have handled other things when we just were talking about attendance and how important it was to be
Personally,
here.
I also just found out about this.
Okay.
So it's not just you that got blindsided with it.
Okay.
I also just found out about this. So, but Melanie was in here, I'm going to talk to her afterwards.
It's fun.
We're going to, we'll make sure that moving forward that, if we're working on something and somebody else is working on something, there needs to be communication, and that's something I've been trying to push, for the past couple of years with
Right.
intercommittee, with the committees, if you're working on this and we're working on this, need to collaborate, need to get involved with each other. So I've been pushing on it for, I've been pushing every committee to collaborate, at least on, if you're doing the same, some very similar events, get together, we need to
Right.
figure it all out so that we don't have everybody working on the same things, but not communicating. So
I can appreciate what I'm hearing from both sides here about it. I don't think there's enough difference between the two, that if there's already resources into the one with the saw on it, I think it does make sense to go with that one. I mean, they're both beautiful. They both represent the city. It's a minor, pick this one or that one. So if we've already got resources into that one, I like what you're saying about let's keep this in the file next year as we go on and grow. Let's,
Add
throw
to it.
that in the hat again. But
Agreed.
Is everybody okay with that? If
Yeah.
we just go with the one on
Yeah.
the left for now and
Yeah.
then,
That's
then,
completely.
I mean, because
fine.
we've got less than a month that we've got other things that we got to deal with.
We got to figure out how to make it snow. So.
And they're
Yeah.
both- they're both professional, and very.
Absolutely,
and
absolutely.
Represent the
And
city.
we have worked, but it
It
didn't take
was,
that
it
long.
was, I kind of feel like it was on the back burner while we were doing the 4th of July stuff. And then, I mean, I feel like this is just an honest mistake, kind of. Like they didn't know maybe our committee was working on it. And
Mhm.
I think everyone is working towards the same goal. And I do really like all the energy and effort that they have put into it as well.
I think we just want to express, how excited we are that we are all on the same page, in a lot of ways. And so now that we're aware of kind of the work being done, we're here to collaborate, right? And moving forward, and we talk about future years, and I mean, you want to start integrating back towards the capital and future years, things like that, right? I mean, we're here to do that. And as somebody who volunteers a lot of their time in the past, I get you on the time and all that, and wanting that to be well spent. And but we're excited to move forward and work with all of you.
And we
Okay.
just really appreciate that you guys are invested in the general concept at all. And we're
Yeah.
just, we're excited to work with you guys and work more hand in hand in the future. So.
Yeah.
So-
Wonderful.
Question on, I'm sure you already said, and I just missed it. The map that you're talking about putting together, that'll have a link in social media, et cetera. And are hard copies going to be made too?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep, so we'll have a flyer, and this is a very rough sample. We're
Okay.
waiting to get our photos back, and it may change a little bit.
Yeah.
But basically we'll have this, it really just kind of speaks to like, hey, you got your tree, now go visit Estacada. It'll have that great map that the city has put together on the back that has all the businesses in downtown Estacada.
Perfect.
And if there's interest from the businesses as well, we're happy to do a version that isn't so specific to like the trees and is just like, hey, shop and dine in Estacada, and also has that map on it, and we can provide that to the businesses here in town
Okay.
as well. We're happy to do that. So
Okay.
yeah.
So
Perfect.
about the 10% off, is that something that you need to get permission?
That's
That's
probably-
not me, but I'm just
Yeah,
curious. That's,
The businesses will have to agree upon, I mean, it could be, could be as easy as check in to your local Mossy Rock to see
Mhm.
their latest promotion or their latest coupon or
okay.
whatever it may be. I know time travelers will do something.
Yeah.
Definitely, but
Mhm.
Can't speak for everybody.
I can't.
Yeah,
speak
I
until
just want
talk
to
to
make
the
sure
other
that we don't
owners.
step on anybody's
But
toes.
they will definitely.
that's
do
why
something.
that's why I was saying, get the chamber involved.
Okay. They
Get the chamber
email out.
involved in the, another collaboration.
Mhm.
Get the chamber involved just to make sure that the, businesses, the local businesses that are members of the chamber can, say yay or nay.
Yep,
Mhm.
yep, happy to do that.
So for the logo, is it gonna, you want to go ahead? Heather? Is it gonna be cool to change this established? Am I echoing? The established in 1905?
Totally fine.
Is that gonna
Yeah,
be
we can
easy
make
or,
that, we
okay?
can make that change. That's not a
Okay.
problem at all. And
Um,
I don't, I don't think there's enough out there that you'll notice the difference. So we're happy to. make
Oh,
that
yeah,
change.
yeah, yeah, true. Yeah,
It's a small.
I wouldn't, yeah,
small
I'm not gonna do, yeah.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, not a problem.
okay, And then are we gonna be able to use that for flyers
We
for
are
our
hap-
lighting?
Yep, I'm happy to provide it to you. I can
Okay.
provide it to you guys in full color,
Mhm.
white as well as
Cool.
black, transparent backgrounds, all of those things, so you guys can use it. And if you guys need like modification, or you guys want like a star at the top for the Christmas tree, or like if you guys want to incorporate something about the Christmas tree lighting into the logo, happy to help with any design needs.
Let's work on
you
that
guys
next
have.
year.
Yeah.
Let's just go with it as is.
Okay.
And let's work
Okay.
on
Yeah,
that
we would
next
love
year
to
so
add
that we
the-
can.
Lighting in probably next
And
year
maybe
for
that's a
sure.
fun thing that could be brought up over the years is, okay, here's the original, what did we change
Mhm.
in the next year?
Sure.
Yeah.
You know, oh, what did we add the following year? You know,
Mhm.
make, I don't know, contest or something.
Yeah.
I have no
yeah,
idea.
I love it.
I like
love
it.
You can't delete posts on the city stuff, huh? Why? So
Alrighty.
silly. All right.
Do you don't want to, you don't need a vote on that, right? We're just going to go with, okay, awesome. Great.
And I guess the only other thing I will see is if there's other events that you guys are kind of putting on. I know that Oktoberfest is big for you guys, but if there's other things that you guys are putting on, like I said, really it's our mission to promote Estacada during the off season. And so if there's other things that are going on and you guys want to help promoting those, like, please let us know. We're
Okay.
more than happy to work with you guys. And that's really what we're here for. And,
Mhm.
you know,
So
kind of
I-
working towards the same goal as you guys.
Mhm.
I think
do.
this is a
And
great
it's-
start
yeah.
because I think 3 of the 5 biggest events in the city of Estacada are
Put on by us.
come out of this
Yep.
this committee between the 4th of July parade, Oktoberfest, and the Christmas tree lighting ceremony. Parks and Rec does have their
Art in the park.
no, well,
concert?
the concerts, but it's their new run. They're
Oh, spring, like a 5K.
yeah,
Spring.
they're now I don't know the right word, but so if you participate in that run, it goes towards any like marathons. It's what's the
Oh,
right word?
it's like a marathon qualifier.
Yeah, it's a qualifier.
It's registered on athletic.net.
Yeah. So that is new for this next year coming up. There's going to be an actual course, I
Wow.
guess. But you know, if you're a marathon runner, this run would qualify you for other big marathons. So
Well, and another big event in the off season is the Fungus Festival, but we're not having it this year. We had some legal issues, but we usually draw about 500 people to that.
Well, don't we have the best damn run comes through here too?
Yeah.
yeah, but that's not something
The
that
last one
we-
was this year.
Oh,
Oh,
Okay.
ever?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
so,
Never
but you
mind.
know, like I said, I mean, this is a good start because this committee does, 3 of the top 5, things that happen in Estacada go through this committee. So, this is a great start for collaboration and, for you guys. But I definitely would get with, if you have a chance, get with our Parks and Recs committee, because that run is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger every year. So.
Good.
That's great. Thank you.
And maybe we can figure out a schedule with you two that maybe a quarterly
Yeah, check.
something,
Mhm.
I don't know,
Yeah.
quarterly
That would be great.
meeting that you come in and
Yeah, we're happy
if
to.
that's
And-
possible.
whenever you-
And feel free, anytime something comes up with you guys, first Monday of the month, we're in here at 9 o'clock in the morning. It doesn't have to be on the agenda. You can just come in and speak a public
Mhm.
comment. So anything comes up, feel free to pop in any one of those Mondays.
And the late,
Also-
go ahead.
We'll have Uncorked as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So another
bring
big
that
one.
back.
Exciting.
Yeah, lots of ideas. And one of the models yesterday brought up where was it you? The running through the, like a 5K through the
Mhm.
Christmas tree farms or
Mhm.
something. So I
Yeah,
thought that'd be
that'd be
fun, like a
fun.
Santa.
Little like jingle bell run or something.
Lots of
like-
ideas.
Yeah.
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 All righty. Well, thank you so much for your time today. Greatly
Thank you, guys.
appreciate it.
We really appreciate you guys.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for driving out here.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
you
you
guys.
so much.
Hey, and good luck in the future, Stan. Exciting to see that you're, taking time for your family. That's-
Yeah, yeah, enjoy
to
the
see.
time off. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
All righty, recap from the Walla Walla
Yeah.
conference. How'd that go, Connie?
It was really a good conference, but one of the items I want to focus on, I'll be real quick on this. I went to the one session, Engaging Youth in Downtown. Wow. And the reason they focus on that is because the youth in our community are our future residents, our future volunteers, our future leaders. And I know we did a survey of businesses and people, but one of the recommendations that came out of this was to ask our youth, what do they like about us in the community and what do they want to see in the community? And this would be from 6th grade up. They recommended having listening sessions with students, having youth-centered events. And I guess what I would just like to say is, after the first of the year, I'd like to take this on with Corbin and see how we can find out what the kids in our community want and see how they can get involved, not just Corbin, but more groups. Have youth-centered events. What that means, I don't know. I don't know, but see what kids want because they are the future of our community. So that was really the highlight for me of the whole session. And one phrase that came out that has just stuck with me, it says, "What we do best, we do together." And I just thought, wow, when we work
Powerful.
together with other committees, that's where we really shine. So it was good. It's a long ways over there.
All right. Well, thank you so much for attending on our behalf. We greatly appreciate it. Just another shout out to that. Don't forget that Oregon Main Street calendar should be coming out here within the next month or so for 2025. We do have to have representation at all of those different events. So make sure that you are volunteering to attend those events in the future.
Yep, be happy to. It was good.
Evelyn,
Awesome.
do,
Thanks for going.
would I count towards representation at one of those events? Or is it just the committee?
I think it would just be the committee because
committee.
it's
Okay.
supposed to be the board members of
Okay.
Oregon Main Street.
Okay,
Yeah.
and
Good question.
I might still volunteer my time.
Yeah, perfect. Road trip.
I'm sure we could still send you. It's just one of the board members would also need to go with.
Okay.
And can I just ask that, can you make a note like for the January agenda, we put on there youth participation or some kind of because I'd really like to get that going. Thank you.
Awesome. Okay. The next is the revitalization grant request applicants. So are
Yes.
we?
So you have an email, it's just the single sheet
Mhm.
printed out for you, talking about what the revitalization grant is, since we have some newer people on here. We just want to confirm with the committee that you would like to request applicants. That requirements are listed on the email. It could be any business in the downtown that can apply. The application will be a joint application. Technically, the city applies, but with the applicant's information. And it's also, Elena wanted me to note that whoever applies can also apply for a URA grant and do a joint. So they could get the revitalization and URA funds.
Nice. Okay.
It's just, they have to follow each restrictions per grant.
Right.
So
Okay.
there's lots of money available. Just want to make sure you guys want to start that, and I will get with Elena to create a letter that we'll send out to all of the businesses to request applicants. And then when we get those applications, the DEC will review them and decide which applicant to go with.
Awesome.
And
Is
that's
there anybody that is opposed to not having applicants? I'm assuming we want applicants, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All
Right.
right. I just wanted to make sure. Just
Yeah.
want to put it out there.
Anybody interested
Being-
yet?
Nah, I think there might be one person that I know of that's interested. But I'm not sure if they are still interested or if they will take the time to apply.
And we can post this. I'll make a note to post this on
Yes.
the,
So
or
Does
or
this-
will you already do that?
I can do it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Does the city or this group reach out to business owners that, thinking of a certain motel or something down there that needs renovation. I mean, is there any way of reaching out to people and trying to encourage them to?
Yeah, I have a contact list for all of the businesses in the downtown. And then we can also mail notices to everyone. It's just we can't like force or require someone to apply. So if they have no interest in updating their property, they don't have to.
It seems like a foolish opportunity to miss out on
Yeah.
when you need it.
There is something in the works with that. property.
Would it be a conflict of
Mm.
interest if time travelers applied for something though, and then I was helping decide on the committee, or would I just?
You would have to recuse yourself.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask the same question, Julie. Not for time travelers, but
Yeah, for Wednesdays, absolutely.
And also a great thing to keep in mind for when we review the applicants is if there are applicants applying to renovate the same sort of thing, we could do a joint application with all of those businesses and apply for the grant for just those renovations. So if a handful of businesses in the downtown wanted to replace their awnings, we could make that the application.
Nice.
Wow,
So there
okay,
is
good.
an opportunity to pick more than one. It would just have to be the same type of work.
So just being involved in the URA and going through the process of accepting applications and approving applications. So one thing you have to take into mind, do not have conversations with local business owners before the application is brought to you. Avoid as much contact, regarding that application, otherwise you will have to recuse yourself or ex parte contact. So just that's one thing to bear in mind when you're doing this. I know that a lot of you are involved with downtown on a personal level and on a professional level. So just if that is, if once we start getting these applications, just make sure you're not having any ex parte contact conversations about, the application process, what they want to do. You don't even want to listen to what their plans are. Just avoid all those conversations. Just say, hey, I'm sorry. If you want me involved in in the application process, we can't have this conversation.
Okay.
So
Good to know.
Roger that.
Thanks for the heads up.
Mhm.
Awesome. All right. Well, great. All right. Oregon Main Street self-evaluation due February 15th.
Yes, so this is something that all main streets are required to do. I got a lot of information about it and it's the first year I'm doing it. So I kind of made an introduction sheet that's there for everyone first to kind of talk about the basics of it. Luckily, we don't have until February to actually submit this, so all of the information is in there for you. I'd like you all to read over it because we will have to go through and actually grade the DEC as a Main Street community.
Is this something in the future that we want to put some extra time into one of our upcoming meetings? Or is this a work session that we can have?
Yes, yeah, I think definitely put more time into it at least before February. Or if you want to do a session, like a workshop before the meeting or after, we could do that as well.
How does everybody feel about a work session? Is January too late?
I know you wanted to have 2 meetings in January and one of them was specifically for Oregon Main Street. So we could either add it onto that or on your normal January meeting.
How would you feel about waiting until January to do that?
I think it'd be fine.
Okay, so when,
As
why don't we
long
go
as
ahead and do
in
that?
that meeting, we actually do the grading. So
Yep.
then in February, I could submit it on the platform.
Yep,
Okay,
let's just
sounds
do
good.
that.
Two
Yeah.
meetings, January and February done.
So are you guys tabulating, are you guys recording your volunteer hours? Are you guys
Yes.
writing that down?
Yeah, we're providing them to her.
Not just for the Main Street program, but also for school. You got to make sure that you're
No,
recording.
I
all
do
of that.
NHS, so I have to record it all.
Okay. Yeah, just like I said, just make sure that you're recording all your hours so it can be reported accurately.
And this grading is what gets Main Street communities to the next level. I'm not seeing that DEC will go to the next level,
Yeah.
but maybe we'll get through the grading and see
Oh,
something
but
differently.
we've been at this one level for a number of years and I'm
Yeah.
comfortable with where we're at.
Right.
Yeah,
Where we're at.
and that's something that
Yeah.
we can do. We can stay at the same level until we go through our strategic planning with Sherry
For sure.
in January,
Yep.
and because the DEC is supposed to be working up to the next level.
Yep.
But I don't want you
Got
all
it.
to think that if you don't go to the next level, the
We fail.
DEC
We've-
like
yeah.
failed.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right, because we're never going to get a full-time staff. We know that.
Yeah.
So,
Never gonna
Yeah.
happen.
I mean,
We are not Beaverton.
no, no.
We are not Andrew Lee.
Yeah.
I'm totally jealous of.
Is
Yeah.
there any movement, I've heard rumor of it, of expanding the area of downtown that qualifies for these grants to the further towards the mill area?
We're working on, well, we will be working on a new urban renewal agency that will, at least for our URA, will be, they'll be qualified for, a different area will be qualified for these grants that we put through. So I'm sure it can be, if it's considered downtown, if it's zoned downtown, then they would qualify for,
Under the current,
I believe
setup?
so, yeah.
Yeah, the URA will be different from the revitalization
Right.
grant. So the revitalization grant is only for downtown businesses. But yeah, I think the URA might be changing and is a little bit different.
So is the community center zone downtown?
No, but there is a zone change for the community center that the planning commission will start looking at, I think this month.
Because
And then it'll go to council.
because that would be another great opportunity for this because that building definitely needs.
Can you say what they're looking at changing it
I
to?
don't remember. I know it's on the website, so I can
No,
look
that's all
real
right.
quick.
I'm just curious.
It might be changing to downtown, but I don't want to say that and be wrong.
I think
I
it was
kinda
the
remember.
zoning for business use that they were addressing, wasn't it? The type of business they were doing out of there?
Yeah.
They were trying to get it more accurately
Yeah, I
represent what they're doing.
in my brain, I'm thinking that it's going to be rezoned for downtown. That's why I asked the question, but I think it is, but I'm not 100%.
Okay.
It looked
Good.
like they applied for zoning to do some sort of computer like remote work there, and the city council or planning came back and said they didn't need to do that, that was
Oh.
just my brief
Yeah, I don't
summary
remember
of
that
it.
part. That must have been a planning commission decision.
They are going to be changing it to downtown.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's what I thought.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Good, good.
All righty. Any other public comments online?
I
Alright.
have one more thing that I want to put on a future agenda.
Okay.
When I was doing all of the application stuff for the OLCC, in my research, I saw that one of the goals of the DEC was to become a nonprofit of their own. Is that still a goal that we are working to achieve?
It was a thought a couple of years ago.
Yeah, a long time ago.
Yeah, whatever is in the code currently is what the DEC is supposed to be working toward. So I don't know if it says nonprofit or if it just says next
Self-sufficient,
tier of
self-
Oregon Main Street.
Yeah.
And yeah, self-sufficient.
Like on the website or something, or
Yeah.
where?
The
Yeah,
reason
Up as well.
the reason for that was because most Oregon Main Street programs are
Mhm.
they're not run through the city that they're in. They're a local nonprofit is usually who runs the Oregon Main Street program for those individual cities. We're in a unique situation where it's a city commission that is, running the Oregon Main Street program in Estacada. So that's why that was brought up a few years ago. Maybe a goal down the line is to become self-sufficient and be your own nonprofit, but that just seems like it's so far,
Yeah, so
so
far
far
off.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
The
and we
code-
use city resources too. So, I mean, the reality of us really becoming truly a nonprofit 501c is there's just no way it's gonna,
Yeah.
Yeah.
because of the money that changes hands between the city and us.
The code says that the DEC needs to identify funding sources and mechanisms which will move the downtown Estacada Main Street program towards financial self-sufficiency and sustainability. But not a nonprofit.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Did you have other thoughts, Heather?
Nope, I just thought if that was something that was a goal of the committees, that we should talk about that.
Thanks for bringing that up. All right, Jerry?
I just want to say, I mean, I know I've said it many times. I love your guys' passion. Sherry, today it came out, in droves. So, I love this committee's passion, the effort, the work that you guys put in. And I told it to Stan and Mackenzie, you know, I'll tell it to everybody. I really do love the difference this committee, you know, in this committee from when I started as the liaison to where we are now. It's not just Connie and Hannah doing all the work, which it has been in the past. I love it. I plan on still being the liaison next year.
Good, good.
Unless somebody, you know, beats me up, 'cause there's some pretty big boys on our city council, so. But I plan on still remaining the liaison for next year, and I can't wait to see what you guys do moving forward. It's exciting for me, being a longtime resident here, and how much love I have for this community. It's just really exciting to me to see the effort you guys put in, and the passion you guys have. So thank you very much from me.
Well, and I appreciate the fact that you're serving as a liaison and you actually come to our meetings. Thank you.
Yeah.
I've
it's
missed a couple, but
Group effort.
Oh,
Yeah, it's been fun.
Thank you, Jerry.
Um,
All right, does anybody have any agenda items that they'd
well,
like to add for
I
next
have a
month?
comment.
I do too.
Okay. The chamber had the creepy crawl on the 31st, had a good turnout despite the weather. And Roxanne from the Bookmobile counted 100 or 610 people that stopped by. So that just shows our downtown
Crazy.
is the place for things to happen. You know, and that was just between 3rd and 4th on Broadway. The businesses, there was only a couple that didn't participate, but the weather was lousy at times, but 610.
Yeah.
Wow.
We made, I think, almost 1,000 goodie bags at our church.
Yeah.
I think probably 800 were given away.
Yeah, so, I mean,
Yeah.
Estacada, downtown, Broadway, great place to
That
have stuff.
bookmobile thing
That's
is like a
cool.
really good resource for
I love that. Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the people that
Mhm.
come down. Like that's a
Mhm.
good
Yeah.
statistic.
So the
It's
businesses that
awesome.
used to say they lost money when we closed it down? No.
No.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So did we plan the Christmas tree lighting? What
No,
are we
that-
doing?
That was gonna be
Sorry.
my comment too.
Okay.
Like, are we just
What are
gonna
we
have
doing?
a sidebar to create a committee to
Right.
do, because I have
Plan.
lists
Okay.
of things and contacts
Sure.
and stuff, because we're less than a month away, so.
We can still do it.
Yeah, oh,
we
we
can-
can
we're
do it.
doing
It's
it,
just a
but-
matter of, yeah.
But what? So
Yes.
we got the space, right, for sure. And then we got the tree. It'll come.
I think Ben Wheeler
So-
Oh,
talked to
yeah.
him, so,
Oh.
yeah. And I
Ben will
think,
come through.
and he knows how
Yeah.
to do the lighting part of it.
I don't know. I don't know if they did that last year. I think the city still
Public
did the
Works.
lighting. They stabilized the tree. Then I thought the city still did
think,
the
yeah,
the
Public
lighting, or
Works did
PGE
that.
did.
It's
Did
been,
PGE
it's been so long since it's been
Yeah.
years since it hasn't been here. So
Yeah.
since we've had it over there. So we're probably just gonna have to figure that out to see who does it. Talk to Dawn, Public Works.
It was either Reliance or PGE that put the lights on, because they have the cranes and stuff.
And you are dealing with with Ben Wheeler, whose wife runs Reliance. So
Brooke,
yeah.
Yeah.
So you're already in good hands there. So if there needs to be some collaboration, just work with Ben.
yeah,
You can get with Brooke and find out if that's something they can accomplish for us.
yeah.
So Public Works or PGE did the lighting, we think?
I think it's either PGE or Reliance. I can check, well, Ben will know.
Yeah, because they have the boom,
Yeah.
Alliance has the boom trucks, PG has the boom trucks with the,
And maybe we supply the lights, I don't know, but,
and we do have the lights.
okay.
We do. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because I mean, we have the lights to light up that giant tree, so.
That was a question people asked me, are we gonna light this one up too? May not have the, pull the switch one, but are they gonna light it
Oh,
up?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
Dawn will be back tomorrow. Maybe Melanie might know, but
Okay.
Dawn will definitely be back tomorrow, and I'm not sure if they plan on lighting this tree up or not.
Okay.
And then on that same note, who did we want to flip the switch? Connie asked me and I'm like,
Well,
and
if Santa's gonna be down here for cookies and chocolate, and
Here?
yeah,
Yeah.
City Hall.
yeah.
Mhm.
Because if the tree's down there, does Sean want to flip the switch down there and then?
Well, one of the exciting things about the Christmas tree lighting ceremony here is Santa showing up in the fire truck.
Yeah,
And if we can coordinate it where we have Santa show up there in the fire truck,
right,
and then they work on, they have to come back this way anyway. They can
Right.
get him to City Hall
Right.
after the lighting.
yeah,
I think that would be the right thing to do, because that's one of the
Okay.
things people look, at least the kids,
yeah,
always look for. My kids loved it when they were
Yeah.
younger, seeing Santa show up in the fire truck. So.
Yeah. cool.
And maybe gotta make somehow, and then like a Santa walk.
Well, we definitely want to have the
Follow down,
businesses,
follow
you know.
Santa down to City Hall for pictures and
Yeah.
cookies.
yeah.
that's part of all of that is,
And
yeah, if
and
we,
Mike
Yeah.
Anderly from the Arts Commission wanted to do like a
A horn.
horn ensemble
Cool.
to lead that walk, if that's
Oh,
something you
wonderful.
guys wanted to do.
Yeah.
New Orleans.
Yeah, he's got a three-piece horn ensemble, three or four-piece horn
Yeah.
ensemble, and he really wants to be involved in that. And yeah, so
who was that again?
Mike Anderly from the Arts Commission
Yeah.
and the
Can you
DEIC.
hand that down to her, please? This was that email that I had texted you about. That's him.
Okay.
Yeah. I
Okay.
wanted to do it last year and I don't know, something happened, but
That'd be
he wanted
great.
to do it.
Wow.
And then, Jerry, you said that you thought you had choir people that wanted to dress in period piece and kind of go around town?
No,
No.
That
I
was
said
probably-
that
You
Wendell
wanted to do
Frunk
that.
in the past, they've had our kids were both involved in it
Yeah.
with the, what do they call them?
I
The
don't-
upper,
Yeah,
upper
not that,
choir
not,
kids.
it's upper part of the concert choir. though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They had them, we've had them in here singing, doing
Mm-hmm.
carols and stuff. So, that would be something, get in touch with Rendell from the high school.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because we always have we have the high school choir.
Yeah.
Right, come out and
Yeah.
they do great.
Yeah.
Singing until it's time.
Yeah. Lots of things I'd like to incorporate in that walk with the local businesses, again, with some sort of either like Julie Cooper and I talked last year about a scavenger hunt or a bingo stamp card or something. And then also either like a hot chocolate walk or a hot, I don't know. I know that Time Travelers will have like a little hot chocolate station, but something that draws
incorporates the
people so
businesses.
they have to kind of weave their way downtown. I'm still working on the horse-drawn carriage part of it. I have a couple people to call, so I'll put probably something out on Facebook too, in search of, even if it's a tractor with, I
yeah.
mean, a
Right.
hayride tractor
Yeah.
from one end to the other, and maybe if
That's a big insurance
I
liability.
know.
But if you do go that route, Aaron Neldner would be a good person to get in contact with
okay.
if he answers his phone.
He's a
so,
grandfather now, so he may not have as much time.
Yeah.
Or
so-
maybe you just have the tractor or the horse-drawn carriage and you don't offer rides. Just have it as setting the scene. You know what I mean?
Or bring in Santa down here.
Yeah, that was another thought, is having the fire truck deliver Santa there and then having somebody.
Bring them back
Yeah,
either.
and then that leads me to another question is, are we closing down between third and fourth for this
Oh,
event? Connie and I talked about it and we thought that we were, but we don't know that for sure.
If we have vendors, that would be cool.
That.
Well,
yeah.
it just seems a little bit safer. I mean, it's an
Mhm.
easy permit
Right.
to
To
fill
Walk
out.
down, it'd be
Um,
pretty.
With
I
the
mean,
amount of people that show up that have shown up here, I
Mhm.
think it would be smart and
Mhm.
safe to close down.
I'll get you-
So yeah,
Okay.
you'll need to submit that to the city to
Okay.
be
And
able
it's
to put
first
that
Friday,
request
so
in.
that'd be awesome.
And then
It's
do we
already-
want to try to get vendors to come out and do anything during the tree lighting event? I would love, my vision this year, because I know we're kind of
Mhm.
behind the eight ball here, but
Mhm.
is to at least have maybe some food or drink vendors that make the smell
Mhm.
of Christmas
Ooh.
around kind of the Christmas tree with some bonfires
Yeah.
or heaters or both.
The kettle corn people would be,
Yeah, kettle corn, and if I could find a good baker that did some sort of cookies or something that.
Yeah, gingerbread cookies or something.
Yes,
Probably want to
cinnamon
do they,
rolls.
do they still have the, I can't remember the name, but they're up by, Wade Creek.
Oh, the workshop
Antique.
ladies?
Yeah, do they still do, the bakery stuff?
Well, they do, but we had a vendor at Oktoberfest that just did amazing cookies, desserts.
Okay,
And she's local,
Okay.
Colton,
Okay.
but I'd like to get her connected.
okay.
So anyway, the whole thought process that I'm working through with this is to have the sight of the tree, the scent of the tree and baked goods, the
I like it.
smells, the taste of Christmas with our hot drinks and our food choices, whatever vendors we can get in.
Hillockburn Farms.
Okay.
For just helping or.
No, for they do like soaps and
Oh.
stuff like that, I believe. I think they do at least.
So
Oh, like
that's
pine
my
scented stuff.
vision is even if it was just a couple, like even 4, like around the tree area, like
Yeah, just. a
with
couple.
their tents, just this first year. And then people that can walk down to Main Street through. Cause we know people will come if there's certain things that are gonna happen, cause
Right.
it
Are we
happens. at
closing down the
trick-or-treating.
street?
Yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
so,
And then one cool thing that I saw from Oktoberfest, which I don't know if it would be as big of a hit, are those 3D printed dragons and stuff,
Mhm.
if there were 3D printed Christmas ornaments, if they could do,
mhm.
the same thing, but with Christmas theme, not,
Yeah.
not so much just dragons. I think those would be cool. I know my family probably spent about $200 on
Really?
those 3D printed items. So
Well, I can get a hold of those 2 vendors and just put the
Those-
plug in the
They're
ear.
Christmas.
those were really cool.
Mhm.
And if they could do Christmas ornaments, that'd be great. Do a Christmas tree, an angel, something, and put Estacada, it'd be really, really, really cool. So.
Yeah, oh, I don't, or even, yeah. Yeah, and then my other question was, are we doing any kind of merchandise? And if so, we probably should decide on, I don't know if this is like a committee or like what color, if we're gonna do like, are we gonna do hats? Are we gonna do beanies? Are we going to do shirts? If we're gonna do any of those things, or mugs or cups or any of those kind of things, what color are we choosing to do that? I know all this sounds like little small stuff, but
But then you gotta have somebody there to sell it and you have to handle the
Right.
money and all that, so.
yeah, so that would be
Maybe
like a
we
vendor.
need to, because now that we're back with the logo
Mhm.
issue
Mhm.
now, maybe we address that next year.
I'm in agreement
Okay.
with that, yeah.
So no merch this year.
No
Yeah.
merch this year,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
but let people know, I mean, if somebody asks, we'll have it next year. We'll
Yeah. Okay.
definitely have
Yeah.
it next year. And then that gives us a whole year to, maybe we can do a 2-color combination. Maybe we could do a green shirt and a maroon, like a reddish maroon colored
Well,
shirt.
and maybe you guys can get with Mackenzie and have maybe some stickers made up with that logo, some freebies, something
Yeah.
you can just give away,
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
you are going to have vendors, we'll need applications. So I could take the Oktoberfest one and turn it into a DEC one, and any vendors you reach out to, they'll need to fill out the application.
I-
That would be
That's-
great.
And I'm assuming we're
that's a
not going to
month
charge
away.
for that.
For the vendors.
I mean, this late,
Okay.
this late,
Go,
Yeah,
you
it's a
could-
month away, so.
Well, my first thought is, if you do it online, you're gonna get swamped. If we have specific vendors that we want to talk to and say, here's what, I mean, like you
Yes,
say,
just for
4 or
this year.
5, just
well,
even a
like
wreath.
food, I'm thinking 4 or 5 around the tree.
Yeah,
And but if we're closing down the street and people want to
Mhm.
do,
if you want to take on vendors.
I don't know. That's what I'm.
It's
I-
just-
Do you
that's-
want to, I'm thinking we're less than we're a
A
I was
month away.
just gonna bring up the OLCC if we do this too, then are we going to?
No,
No,
no alcohol.
I would say
Yeah,
keep
no.
it just
No.
family friendly, no alcohol. If they want alcohol, they can go into Wednesdays or they can go into Time Travelers on their
Yeah.
way
For the trails.
or the trails
Yeah.
on their way down to here.
I almost said pine cone.
Okay, so we're deciding what we're not doing vendors except for like maybe
The hand-picked vendors that you
hand-picked
want for,
vendors.
to
Yeah.
create
around the
the
tree area.
scene
Yeah, now we
that
had the
you
face,
want.
Okay.
we had the
Mm.
face painter in here last year.
In here.
And we paid for that, so do we want?
And then with that, what budget are we looking at for anybody that comes up with any costs on things?
Did we have a budget for tree lighting?
Yes, I
5,000?
believe it's 5,000.
That's what I
5,000,
thought too.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And just bear in mind that the giant tree is going to take up a big chunk of that $5,000.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Just want to make sure that I have my ducks
It's
in a
gonna
row
be
here.
big, right?
Yeah. Has Ben
gonna be like
reached
a
out to you
deep-
yet? And Brooke?
Ben has not reached out to
Okay.
me yet.
Okay,
But I have a list of people that I was going to reach out to just to let them know that this is in the works and I will
He would
firm things
be
up with
top.
them.
I think the good thing for you is to sell your idea,
Mhm.
reach out to those vendors for your vision and what you want, smell, taste, touch, all of that.
Mhm.
And then we can look to see how much it costs this year. We got the tree, who's gonna do the lighting, all of that.
Right.
And then next year, if we want to go ahead and open that up to vendors, then we can create a new application and charge.
Right. Right.
Whereas this year, let's just go
Keep
with
it-
your,
Yeah. And I'll work.
it's
with-
not a simple vision, but you know what I,
Yeah. Yeah.
The-
and then we
hand-
can build on it for
Picked
next year.
vendors will still need to sign an application.
Right.
For sure.
So I can
Right.
still make that up now and
Right.
give it to you
Great.
and you just send it to.
That would be great, because
whoever.
I'll get with Connie on ones that,
yeah, yeah,
the hand-picked ones
yeah.
that we will see if they're available.
It's Pi Day said she wants one. She said, heck yeah.
Pi days?
It's
Okay.
Pi Day. The cookies and.
Okay, yeah, I've
Perfect.
got her card. Thank you.
Yay. So that, the vision is to just incorporate all of our senses if we can,
Mhm. I love it.
to make it fun and festive. I will probably have something crazy on my head. I don't know what it'll be, if it'll be antlers with lights or something, but just to try to set that, it's the beginning of
So you're
December.
going to be here for that?
I
It's
will be here.
Oktoberfest that you weren't here for.
Yeah.
But Christmas tree lighting, you'll be here.
Christmas tree lighting, I got all of Sam's
are done.
reception and wedding and everything is done. She's married. We're done with that. So now I can jump on to the next project.
Perfect.
But I would still like to have a committee to see who can organize what and what else I'm forgetting, because I'm sure there's gonna be things that
Absolutely.
first year getting this going.
Let us know.
Okay,
So-
perfect.
So which three of you are going to be on that subcommittee?
Connie
I
said she
could be
would.
on it too.
Heather,
Yep.
okay, perfect.
It
Connie.
can only be three.
Yes.
Quorum.
Yeah, you can't have four. It has to be three.
But we can all like.
Yeah, just
communicate
keep me in the loop,
separately.
Julie. I'll
Yeah.
We have
I'm
two
willing to help
subcommittees.
for whatever.
Yeah. We'll all be in.
Well, I
one.
mean, you could want to deal with vendors, want to deal with
Yep.
logistics. I mean, they're.
And
yeah.
even individuals, if you want to have the three for like the main group, if someone outside of it wants to handle something else, they just communicate to.
Yeah.
Yes.
the
Each of us
one
could take on a
person
certain
in the
subject.
subcommittee.
And I
stuff
will
over.
probably do a lot of stuff through either texting or email, hey, what do you
Yeah.
guys think of this? Just chime in, yay, nay, just. I don't want anybody to not know what's going on. So if somebody asks them in the community, they're like, oh, that's happening. I didn't know that was happening.
You just can't text or email more than four.
Right.
More than- more than
More
two.
than three.
Yeah, it's good. Three or less. It has, in any individual conversation has to be three or less. Otherwise it's considered a public meeting and
Right.
they can, if something happens, they could subpoena all of your text messaging info,
Emails. Yeah.
yeah, emails, all of it. So
Subpoena.
CYA.
Awesome.
Yay, it'll be great. Yeah, because
Gonna
I'm
be
gonna want to make some like flyers
Yes.
and start posting.
Yeah, because we're
with
gonna
the-
probably
with the
want to get,
logo and the lighting and the date and the time. Is it 5 or it's 6, right? Lighting is happens at 6 normally?
think so.
That sounds
Cause
right.
it's dark by 4:30.
Yeah,
Yeah.
six to
maybe
me makes
fest-
like more sense
Yeah.
because people that work out of
Mhm.
town can
Yeah,
get
I've been
home.
able to
It
make
hasn't been
it,
5.
I've been able to make it every year, so it has to be
Yeah.
after, it has to be 6 or later.
And what, do we want to keep,
December 7th at 6 o'clock,
December 6th.
do we want to,
Friday or Saturday?
it's the
First
first,
Friday.
Oh, it's Friday,
December
okay.
6th.
along with the first Friday of the month. So we want to
Yes.
keep it at 6:15. Do we want to say festivities will start at 5?
You know, people will be
Or vendors will be.
people
open
will be
at 5?
wandering around and showing up
Anyways.
anywhere from 5. So if we have our vendors and everything set up,
Mhm.
but the official flip will be at 6.
Okay, because the street's
sorry.
going to be
No.
closed at,
Connie, you have been
Fine.
here. I totally take anything you have to say.
Mhm.
So yeah, so
Sorry.
I think that the
Street
tree lighting
closure.
should be like at 6:15.
okay.
That way everybody
Some
can,
buffer.
they're gonna still wander around. It's still first Friday.
Right.
But in all your
Yeah.
publications, it should say 6 o'clock
Okay,
because you don't want people showing up at 6:15.
Right.
sure. And if it happens a little late, who cares?
And
Okay.
It'll
connect
be 6:07.
Santa.
Yeah.
Have we?
Oh, yeah, we got Santa.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
we
just
got
want to make
his
sure
elf.
that we have.
Oh, yeah,
And his
Santa was
elf.
on board
Yep.
when we talked to Santa in
That's what
July.
that's what I thought. Just verifying that we definitely have Santa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Santa's like, tell me where you want me to be.
Yeah, perfect.
He's great.
A few other things. So the past times the microphone has been an issue and sound, you never can hear him. I have somebody who has a sound system. Do I want to reach out to her? She's offered. I'm
Is it a free service?
going to say, yeah.
Okay, awesome.
Offer.
I don't know why.
Maybe,
we-
yeah.
I don't know why we.
I don't know what
wouldn't
it sound,
want it.
just the big speakers. I think, I don't know anything about sound. But I just know that's been an issue.
And
Yeah.
if that doesn't work out,
Mhm.
again, Mike Anderly, he does that too. So
Okay,
another good resource.
okay. Maybe if he's gonna do the horns, maybe we'll see if he can do sound too.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah,
if
I'll
your
reach out.
person wants to be involved,
Mhm.
great,
absolutely.
more the merrier, especially if he's going to be concentrating on
Mhm.
the horn
Mhm.
part of it.
And Santa's flipping it. Did we decide that or is that the
Yes.
decision?
I would,
Okay.
Santa, it arriving in the fire truck, Merry Christmas, start off the Christmas
Mhm.
season, blah, blah, blah.
And does the mayor have any interest in being there?
He usually
Or do we
shows
offer?
up and talks.
Yeah,
And
welcomes
which we can't hear.
everybody.
Do I need
Okay.
to talk to him then or send a message to him or something
Probably
saying,
should.
hey,
Courtesy, yeah.
yeah, just
Mhm.
as a
Say,
courtesy
hope
that,
you
hey,
can
this
show
is
up.
what we're planning, this is what
Mhm.
we're doing.
Can you do a short welcome?
Can you do a quick little welcome to Christmas?
Yeah.
Yeah, give them the rundown on
Perfect.
what we're doing now, new logos. And then other thing, do we have like a mini pedestal or stage?
We did last year, we had a
You
step.
do, yeah,
yeah.
it's cute. Okay, and
Yeah.
we're good to use that. And then we have the big Christmas chair that we use for Oktoberfest. That'll be here.
Mhm.
Yep. Yeah.
And then face painting, did we agree to do that or no? I think that would be cool.
I think
To
it would
have
be
here.
cool.
Okay,
I don't
I can
know.
contact her. I have her information.
I don't know that I want it necessarily here,
Okay,
but
where at?
I think it would be fun if all the kids and everything are gathered at the tree.
Okay.
To have it somewhere in the tree area, but a lot of it honestly is gonna depend on
Well,
weather.
but
If
I
it's
know.
coming in sideways, kids are gonna wanna stand out there and get their
Yeah.
face painted, then have it
Right.
rinsed off
Well,
by.
and if it's in here while they're waiting to talk to Santa, they can
Mm.
be having
Yeah.
hot chocolate cookies and their face painted.
That's true.
Yeah.
So
It's kind
maybe
of
we
like a
just-
destination.
And I don't know
like
if she would do
Santa
it
and
outside.
face painting.
Okay,
I don't know.
so just keep it in here and call it good for this year and we'll
Yeah.
reassess next year.
Yeah.
So
That's
I don't know if any of you guys were, I know Connie and Julie were, but when we've had that in the past where Santa's been in here, it's been really nice because everybody loves to take pictures
Right.
over here in the little fireplace alcove.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So just, decorate it.
Mhm.
Oh, wait, last year we had the screen there and it had Christmas scenes on the back. And
Yeah, I know. I
did
just
that
remember,
work out?
I remember when my kids were young, it was a big thing with the
Yeah,
fireplace.
yeah,
and,
I
yeah,
know.
yeah.
Is the fireplace isn't ever gonna work? Or are we not allowed to use
No.
it?
I don't think it,
It's just,
no.
it is what it is.
Yeah.
Have somebody from the high school. Do you guys have a drama department?
So I go to CCC through Summit, so I
Mhm.
think they have a drama department and I could ask, but I don't
could
know
have
off the
somebody
top of my
paint
head.
fake fire on cardboard or
art.
wood or something, then we can just use it year after year and just insert it over there.
The
Just
arts.
put an electric flame in there. I mean,
Yeah,
As far as
I-
pictures and stuff. it
Uh-huh.
looks like a fire.
Yeah.
They make those little,
I mean, if somebody, I mean, we could use it year after year.
All right, I can reach out to high school or check on some electric fire
put a TV in there. put a fake flame.
Mhm.
for art. Okay. I think that that is all of the.
And then are
questions.
we gonna try and do, barrel fires? What are those called? That's not
I
what they're
would
called.
love to do like the barrel bonfires, a
Barrel.
couple of them at least by the tree in case it's yucky and out. I'm thinking sending positive, it's gonna be clear and cold and beautiful
Yeah.
and crisp
You
and
know,
It's
red
snow.
every time.
And there's
And
gonna be
what's the
s- yeah.
logistics on that as
A
far as,
little
do you need to
dusty.
have somebody assigned to those barrels to keep an eye on them so
I
that they
I can
don't?
ask the fire department when
Okay.
I talk to them
Oh, good
about
idea.
getting Santa where he needs to be.
Okay.
I'll ask them about those.
And
Santa's a member of the fire board, so he can
Yeah, Santa.
deal with them to make sure he has a ride.
Okay,
Yeah.
so Santa will take
Yeah.
care of that.
Yeah.
How, are you getting a hold of Santa to let
Yeah.
him know?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Yeah.
I can just call the fire department and ask them about
About
that
the
then.
fire.
But
barrel.
can't handle it. He's on the board of directors for the fire department. He's
Okay.
yeah.
So do you want to ask them?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
And make sure that, you know, for your volunteers, when you get, for people that are manning street closure areas, Melanie said that they do have the orange vests.
Oh,
Okay.
cool. Yeah, you were wearing it at
Yeah.
Oktoberfest. or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Creepy girl.
Do we have any marketing for this out yet?
Yeah, we have saved a date. That went out a couple weeks ago. Just
saw
save the
that.
date, December 6th.
Yeah.
Are we allowed to give it to the, like, for instance, grade schools and junior high to send out in their s'mores bulletin?
And they're all like
And
online.
We can
news-
have that
Yeah.
conversation with Sean now, since he's here.
Ho, ho, ho.
Just wanted to make sure that you were aware of the fact that we have our Christmas tree lighting event coming up on December 6th.
Mhm.
We're gonna plan on swapping the light around 6:15, turning everything on, and wanted to ask if you would like to say a few words and welcome people to downtown, and thank
It'll
you.
be at the Harvest Market Square. And
Mhm.
Santa will probably flip the switch, but we figured you'd probably want to say, hey, Merry Christmas. And then we're going to have him get whether it's a fire truck or horse-drawn carriage, something from there down to here, where he will be for pictures and cookies.
Yep, it's gonna happen down there. We're gonna shut down the street, get some vendors and make it so everybody kind of walks downtown, makes their way back here for pictures and face painting and
And it's gonna be hand-picked vendors. Julie has a really great vision. She wants all senses, so it'll be sight, taste, touch, smell. So that's why this year it'll just be hand-picked vendors that will be down there that will be either selling stuff to commensurate Christmas.
Yes.
Handcrafted stuff. By eliminating only a certain people, you kind of eliminate some of those people, and I think that might be construed as, being insensitive to everyone.
I think just from a time sensitive fact, right now, we just don't have we don't have the resources to put in for vendors to have them fill out an application and to do all that. That's why just the few people that just to bring the vision
Just to set the mood.
forward,
Set
just
the
to set
mood.
the mood. And then next year we'll open it up for vendor. Thank you.
you know, we tasked you with coming up with something that works, and you did. You did the very thing we asked you to do. So it seems a shame that a marketing agency, which I put into play because I wanted to get Estacada out there, would come around with something and it would override what you guys have come up with. And I think that's not the way we want to go with this. So if you still love that logo, because I know you decided on this one, but that logo's still out there, and I'll have a discussion with them. And if you'd still like that, I think it's a very nice logo. I like it.
Thank you.
I'm very happy with what you came up with. And I think it took a lot of heart and soul to put that together, and it seems a shame to let that go.
Well,
So-
we're not letting it go. We're
Good.
just, because the Christmas Tree USA is already out there, we're gonna run with it for this year, but we already, are going to be having quarterly meetings with Mackenzie and Stan. And we're going to work on incorporating what we came up with next year. And, we'll also use ours for merchandise for next year as well. So,
Okay.
yeah, I was a little passionate about that this morning.
I heard that. I heard that. That's
was-
good.
it was
Passion is
really
what we
good.
like. We like passion. But other than that, you're doing a great job, and we appreciate everything that you're doing out there. And don't think we don't listen, because we do. I
Thank you.
always do. So I appreciate everything you're doing, and Jerry's doing a fine job keeping an eye on you, making sure you guys don't get too rowdy. And of course, you have the best people in here. Connie's been here forever, been through this many years.
Yep.
She's an expert at it, and
Yes, she is.
we
She's
just
valuable.
we just love what you're doing, and this is my favorite time of the year. So anything you guys come up with, I'm sure will be great. So thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you for stopping by. All right.
Awesome. All right.
It's gonna come together how it is, and it is. And I think
Yeah.
next, it's summer.
Yes.
Summer.
Yeah. Yes.
Summer, well, yeah, because
Well, we'll have-
Oktoberfest, we kind of got it.
We'll have a better idea
That'll be
too on what we're looking at,
Mhm.
the logistics of all of it.
Right.
The only thing we can't control is the weather. So
Right.
everything else we can
We
control.
have tents, right? We have
tents.
tents
We
available
have-
for the,
we
vendor-
have-
for the 4 vendors we have.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
We have pop-ups that we get from Parks and Rec. What we
Mhm.
need to make sure we do is get the weights to hold them down. That was a fire department issue. So working with Sadie on getting some of those ordered. So
Perfect. Awesome.
And I think, yeah, the fire barrels. would be really cool.
All right. So you'll get your subcommittees together and
Yeah.
move forward on that.
good meeting.
Since we're not doing a full setup around that park down there, it might be good just to remind the vendors if they need any extension cords to get from that panel to wherever. I don't know if they need anything, what
Right.
they're gonna do, but we're not doing any setup like that, right?
We're
So
not,
it's all on
no.
them to bring.
Bring their
something.
extension cords or whatever they need to
Whatever
plug
they
in
need.
wherever they're gonna be.
yeah.
And then
Yeah.
on that same note, do any of the, because you guys know more of the vendors than I do, are they gonna need generators or anything?
I don't think so.
Okay,
I
No.
would just tell them to come with what
Yeah.
they need, don't expect
Okay.
anything from us.
that's kind of what,
Yeah.
that's kind of what my thought was
And it-
also.
Depending on the weather, it could
Is
be
there
short or
anything-
it could go
Yeah.
long. So
Is there anything on the about application that you're going to have those 4 vendors fill out? Is there something on there about?
If they're selling food, they have to have specific insurance. So
Okay.
it's really just an acknowledgement saying they have that.
Okay. Okay, but there's no power.
we ask if
requirement.
they need electricity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it does ask if they need
So
electricity.
we
but
probably
that's-
need to remove that
Mhm.
and put in a blurb that says, come prepared.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but
They
they're,
have outlets, they just need extension cords to
Yeah.
know how far
and
away
then
they're gonna
they'll
go.
probably need lights of some sort in their booths, but most vendors usually have that kind of stuff that they know that they can't just plug in to
Yeah.
something. Yeah, it's usually,
Perfect. Thank you, Evelyn. Yep. All righty, everybody.
Good meeting.
Agenda items for December. December.
December, oh my gosh.
None? Julie, Heather?
None.
I don't think I can think of anything.
Okay. All righty, well, good meeting. Remember, be safe. And thanks everybody for their time today. I appreciate everybody showing up, and we're gonna adjourn the meeting 10:35.
Good meeting.
Bye. Happy Monday.
See you later.
Everyone have a great day.
You too.
That event.